Hello, hello, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am so happy to be here today. Today, we are joined by Lori for our new success story. So it's Dawn from Your Life Reinvented Hypnotherapy. Welcome, Lori, to our video here today.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And Lori, I'm so grateful to have you here today. We worked together a couple of months ago, so we finally found a time to slot in to meet. So I would like to ask you a few questions here today. And the first thing I want to ask you for our viewers to hear a little bit more about is what made you click that button and book that call with me to get in control of the anxiety issues you're experiencing?
Desperation. I had hit the end of my rope with my anxiety. I had medical issues that I made worse by having panic and anxiety. And I was just so done with living like this that I was desperate. I had tried like psychotherapy. I had tried self-help stuff, praying. I mean, I still pray lots, but I tried everything that I could think of, and just one day, I think my husband said, "Hey, what about hypnotherapy?"
So
So
your
we
husband,
Googled it and we found Dawn.
that's so awesome. That's so awesome. And, like, what sort of things for you, like, what were you experiencing before we worked together, and how did that make you feel? What was going on?
Okay, so whenever I had a medical issue, anything, doctor changed prescriptions, I would Google the heck out of it and research everything, like over research everything, and then see all the side effects and the what ifs, and I would just like be in a major panic and had trouble even trusting the doctors, but had no choice. And
Mhm.
every time I'd have to go to a doctor, phone a doctor, talk to a doctor, my heart would be racing and I'd just be sweating and in panic mode. And my poor husband put up with so much because every time anything happened, I'd be asking, well, what do you think? What do you think? Like, do you think this is the problem? Like, I don't know. And like he couldn't like nothing could calm me down because my brain would be just racing and going a million miles an hour, trying to
Mhm.
fix things and especially catch things early, catch it early.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. And
so,
so, and thanks for sharing that, Lori. And so, when you reflect on, before you met me or when you found me online, like, what were your thoughts on hypnotherapy and coaching before we got started?
oh, witchcraft, voodoo. Thought it was just bizarre, but I had a family member who had done it with someone else and it worked for him. And so this is desperation. But I thought, oh my gosh, like, is it going to take my faith away? Is it gonna like fill my head with weird thoughts? And it didn't.
And you
So,
did a lot of work. We worked together for a short period of time, right? We worked together for 4 or 5 weeks, and you were taught some really powerful techniques as we were working through the root cause of the issues. And so, how did you find that experience, and the benefits of working through these? What did you enjoy the most, I guess?
how quickly, what I enjoy, like how quickly I felt a little bit better. And every time was a little bit better. I might have had a couple of days before it started to, I guess, work its way through,
Mhm.
but just going through the meditation, hypnotherapy, just totally relaxed me. And yeah, that's what I was just so happy with the results that I was getting. After the first one, I was unsure because
Mhm.
some of the stuff that you say is kind of unnerving for me being a Christian.
Worry, was it woo woo?
Yes,
Woo woo. Yeah.
yes,
Some people would say woo woo.
yes.
So when you look at that and what your thoughts were on hypnotherapy before and after your first session, you got results really quickly. I'm pretty sure you messaged me after our first session, or maybe it was the second session. I haven't looked back at the notes recently. And you had dramatic changes.
I
So
think
then, did you think it was woo woo?
actually after the first, I still was worried about woo woo, but you know what? It worked.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, I'm not giving this up because I'm just going to take the whole thing through and see, ride this train and see where it takes me.
Mm-hmm.
And just trust in the process and trust that I'm going to be better.
You
And
did that.
then, yes,
And then what happened? After we finished working, like, how is your life? What changes have you noticed in regards to the issues that we were working on? What are you most excited about? What about your future and all those things coming your way?
I'm excited about looking forward to my future, looking forward to things that are coming up in my life. I'm doing fun stuff, but all I thought about before was death,
Mm-hmm.
my funeral and dying, and now I think about here and now, and I think about I'm living in the moment, I'm enjoying the moment because none of us really knows how long we have. So what the heck? Enjoy it. Don't kill it.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm just so happy to be relaxed, and so is my husband.
And can you share with the viewers what you shared to me before I hit record today on what was new and exciting in your world?
Geez, what did I say to you?
You talked about calm.
Oh yeah, that like making appointments and stuff that I'm just so much calmer and I can um now without all the stuff going on in my head, I can just make decisions that aren't driven by panic.
Mm.
I can reason through stuff now. I can, yeah, I just reason through stuff and think, okay, I'm making this phone call to the doctor because this should be done. It's not like, oh my gosh, I need to make this phone call because if I don't get it fast, I'm gonna die.
Mhm, mhm. So the operation is it went from the irrational thoughts, worry, out of control to rationalizing those things in your life and dealing them when they come in a calm way, is what you're saying. Is that correct?
Yes, I feel like probably I'm acting like what a normal person would act like,
Yeah.
a reasonable person, not a crazy person. Because I was feeling crazy.
Yeah, and I know I want I'd like you to share a little bit. I know at the beginning you talked about your faith
Yeah.
and you were concerned about the hypnosis and hypnotherapy um decreasing your faith. And because I know you're a Christian and so what did you notice when we were working through these issues and using hypnosis and you were doing your self hypnosis and you were doing your work at home? Like, what did you notice in regards to your faith?
Well, slowly, I think a part of my problem was trust. And so that's trusting anybody and trusting God and trusting that, there's lines in the Bible that about do not worry. Worry will not add an extra day to your life. After my hypnosis, that hit me and that made me trust like, oh my gosh. And like my faith in God is and Christ is just so much more profoundly strong. It's like I swept out all the dust in my head, and now there's room for faith and trust, and to trust in God and to trust in His process and to trust that He's going to take me where I'm supposed to go.
Mhm,
And so, yeah, my faith is much stronger, which it's not a panicked faith now.
mhm.
It's a trusting faith. It's a relaxed faith. It's like, oh, well, if this is where I'm supposed to be going in life, if this is what's supposed to be happening, then this is God's plan and I trust it, which
I
I
remember,
didn't before.
and I remember, sorry to interrupt. I remember you saying that my faith is so much stronger now.
Yeah.
But you didn't yet share about the trust. And so isn't that interesting how all that comes together? And so, and here's the thing, like you got the results that you got, Lauren, because you were open to the process. You did trust the process. You showed up to your appointments. You did the work between appointments, right? And that's why you got the results that you did. You let go of those expectations, even when you weren't sure, right?
Yeah.
And you just trusted the process. So, before we finish up here today, what would you say to someone that might be watching this video sitting on the fence, wondering, I wonder if I should go ahead with something like this, book a consultation with Dawn or not? Like, what would you say to them directly?
I would say to, well, go for it. Go for it. Like if you're desperate and even if you're not desperate, just to give yourself a better life. And like some of the stuff, I'll be honest, that you said when I was in hypnosis kind of made me go, what is that? But then you explained it to me. And then I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, there is stuff that you think that maybe might be kind of odd, but you know what? It worked. That's all I can say is it worked. So don't be afraid. Don't be scared of the process. Just trust the process
Mm-hmm.
and trust your God. Trust your higher power, whoever you have,
Mm-hmm.
to just trust because
Mm-hmm.
God is still with you, even though you're going through this process. Just I would highly recommend it because I cannot tell you how it has changed my life. And I am so thankful to God and to Dawn for this has changed my life. And I'm so excited to see where my life is going to take me and how much more happier I'm going to be, how much more calm I'm going to be, what joy my life is. I'm going to be able to see the joy that I'm going to be able to feel now, that I do feel now, not going to, do
Yeah.
feel. So just take that step, trust the process. Don't be afraid and just take that deep breath, relax.
Oh, you brought shivers down me. I remember when I first met you, Lori, and your transformation's been absolutely incredible. And if you're here watching this and listening to Lori's story and you're wondering if this might work for you, I encourage you to book a consult with me. So the link will be at the bottom of the video here. Please book a consultation with me, but only book a consultation if you want change, if you believe it will work, if you can follow simple instructions and directions, and you're going to let go of your expectations. Because if you can't have all those in place, then there's no sense in doing the work that I do. My clients, like Lori, get amazing results quickly when all of those things are in place, right, Lori?
You bet.
Yeah. And so I wanted to thank you so much again for taking time out of your busy schedule to meet with me today. And I'm looking forward to staying in touch. And thank you so much for being vulnerable here and sharing your experience and being honest. I appreciate that as well.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome, Lori. Bye for now, everyone, until the next success story.